Hi, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your friend Han here, and it is absolutely great to see you here tonight. And tonight I'm very excited to introduce a brand new product that's going to coming out tomorrow. I think it's going to really make you the authority in your local marketing place. Again, this is for all my local marketing fans again. And we know that mobile is getting hotter and harder, but you know what? It's still at the beginning stage, right? And so you got this. If you step back and think about it with me for 1 second, are you gonna carry that old big giant desktop around with you when you're going to out, you work throughout the day, go to the gym, go to the restaurant, go to work? What are you gonna most likely to carry? That big giant desktop? We're gonna carry a little phone devices or mobile devices. So the answer is obviously the latter, the mobile devices, right? So what's that going to change the way as an internet marketer? How should you position yourself, right? How should the local business position themselves? Is the traffic are actually going to move from the desktop environment into the mobile environment now, okay? All right, so Steve Jobs even say, I want to create a world with a desktop-less environment. That's why he invented iPad. That's why he invented iPhone, right? He did a revolutionary thing in the industry. So that's what a visionary can do, right? So what if you are as smart internet marketers? What if you can dominate the mobile market? What if you use your internet marketing skills to help your local clients to grow their business, to continuously sending their leads, and therefore you can have residual income comes in again by helping your clients. I mean, who the heck in the right mind as a business owner you're gonna say no to leads, right? Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the reason I have invited Joe, the CEO of the Mobi Squeeze company, to be here to share exactly how you too can become this mobile giant authorities in your local marketplace and charge a lot of money for creating mobile-friendly pages, mobile-friendly squeeze pages, tap-to-call pages, and send them rent your site out, or flip the site to them, or just continue sending leads to them. He's going to teach you exactly how he done it, and at the end of this interview, he's going to introduce a brand new product of his. So, ladies and gentlemen, please let me introduce to you the Mobi 911 911 leads. Okay, Mobi 911 leads. Okay, it's a complete emergency niche, all done for you sites. You just install on your client sites or your own sites, and when they view on a mobile phone, they get this little tap to call feature that they can instantly call your client or go to your calling service and then transfer to your client so you can get paid, right? So he's gonna go both ways. How do you do that both ways? Okay. All right. What I love about this is not a WordPress plugin. This is not a WordPress anything. This is just a standard HTML. But it's animated. It's very eye candy. It's very catching. You guys are gonna see that, by the way. It's very attention grabbing, right? So it's very easy to install as well. So and what you're gonna find out is how everything's animated, how eye-catching it is, how effective this thing is, okay? Once you see it, you'll know it, okay? All right, so, and we all know how WordPress, every time it updates, it breaks up your old plugins, right? So without staying away from the WordPress, this thing got rid of that, okay? All right, so let's kind of come back to the interview here for a second. So during this interview, Joe's gonna tell an incredible story. This guy is a bit different than typical guy I'm interviewing. First of all, he came from a background. He has built successful business before, and he also been bankruptcy before. He also been on the street, paint a curve for numbers to just get a box of a pizza, to have the money to make 6, 7 figures over and over again as well. So this guy's like up and down, up and down, up and down. So it's very interesting perspective to learn from him. What does it really take to successful in business? Not just in internet marketing business, but what does it really take to succeed with your venture right now, okay? All right, so you definitely want to listen to his story. I think this is going to be one of the kind story you never heard before, okay? And you're going to be really inspired by it. That's what's most important by it, right? So, then he's going to talk about the importance of a mobile, why you should pay attention to mobile, okay? Why you should say yourself as the authority of a mobile. Why should you help local business? How do you sell leads to local business? How do you creating this mobile site, pointing out, hey, I can do this for you for a fee, you know? And how do you get your step in the door to upsell them more serve local marketing service to your clients? He discovered all these things inside this interview, so this is going to be definitely interesting to watch. And also he did a live demo, give you a sneak peek. What is this thing about and how effective this is, how eye candy, how pretty this thing is to really capture your client's attention, to capture their client's attention as well. So this is going to be very, very exciting here. And I know all of you love the early bird deal. So you probably thinking, how much this is? Well, this is only $7, ladies and gentlemen. It's a $7 investment, okay? If you skip a Starbucks or a dinner or lunch and you get it, right? $7. And not only that, I got you the $7, but it is on diamond sale, okay? I get you guys to be the first one to get in here, okay? So shh, don't tell anybody now, don't tell anybody. This thing's supposed to be launching at tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but if you get there early, about 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, this thing will be open. So you'll be the first one getting this at the lowest possible price, because again, this is on diamond sale. Once it's up, and there's nothing I can do about it. So my suggestion is getting early, grab it, and taking action, started selling this. You can sell this for one client. Hey, you made the $7 investment, probably like 70% times more the investment you invest in today, right? Tomorrow, I mean, yeah. So for now, let's all go enjoy and watch this interview, learn how Joe got started with internet marketing, how is his story going to really impact your life, your internet marketing journey, and most importantly, how are you going to make money with this package, okay? All right, so this is your friend Han. Until next time, please keep smiling, and I will be talking to you very, very soon. Cheers. Hi, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your friend Han here, and it is absolutely great to see you here this afternoon. And today I'm very, very excited to have Joe being with us for the very, very first time, and to talk about mobile marketing, to talk about how to selling leads to a local business. We know that mobile is only getting bigger by the year, by the month, and because everybody, instead of being on the normal PC or Mac, is gonna have that little device called your phone. And you know, iPad or Android now, so everybody is going to be on mobile. So, and a lot of people are still not capturing this. So it is your job to come in to capture that market and become an authority in your local market. And Joe's going to teach you exactly how you can make money with this, okay? All right, and at the end of this interview, he's going to introduce a brand new product of his. It's going to solve a typical squeeze pages problem that is not displaying correctly in mobile devices. And he has this cool tap to call features. You do want to stay tuned, watch the live demo he's going to do for us. So be very, very exciting about that. And before we get into all this excitement here, let's kind of learn how Joe got started with internet marketing, and most importantly, what did he do exactly to achieve the level of success that he has today. So Joe, could you kind of take over the mic, share your unique internet marketing story with us today?
Oh, sure. Hey, thank you very much, Han. And I really appreciate you being here. And well, it kind of started out back in '94 when I first got involved with internet. You know, I went out, I got a domain name, and I started, you know, doing a little bit of marketing. And I actually got into the corporate world at that time and really focused on lead generation, and did set up an automotive dealership that ended up going to be the #1 in the world 9 years in a row. And a lot of that was because of the internet. We started out doing maybe, you know, 20 vehicles a month and ended up doing like 600. Well, you know, if you were doing 20, that would be good. I mean, you know, 600, I mean, it just ended up going corporate wide. And then I kind of segued into the real estate market and built a top 100 team with one of the bigger franchises, Remax. I mean, #1 in the world, right? And so we did that. And then I've been in internet marketing on the side, and, you know, hey, I'm like everybody else. I mean, bottom line is I bought a lot of WSOs, and I did a lot of training. You know, I mean, I've spent more money than I should have, and I've just done all that kind of stuff. And really, it was a good foundation for me, because this opportunity came up to get involved with Squeeze Mobi, which has been around since 2012, and they're very focused on mobile. And I knew mobile was very, very big, so I got into mobile a while back, and it was something I was quite interested in. And well, anyway, the long and short of it is I got involved and did learned their process and all that, and lo and behold, in January they invited me to be their CEO and kind of run things and do some of the webinars and the product creation, all that. And I was got very involved with them on the Insta Portfolio Pro, which was a six-figure launch that I got involved with, and it's like, wow, and then you really learn, how much work there is involved in the launches and all the back end and the creation. Oh my God, it's just like, everybody, it's like, hey, this is a simple business, and it's an opportunity to make money, and that there is no limit, right? I mean, and I got into this because of the simple fact that I wanted some freedom. I met my wife online, and she was from Florida, and I lived in Arizona. So she, one day I showed up, and I pulled up in a stretch Hummer outside the top with an armful of flowers, and I'd never seen her before. And I got out they took pictures and videotaped it and everything, and I went inside and they did this little love interview, and I dropped to one knee. Now, 7 years later, so she said yes, and 7 years later, she says, hey, listen, I got to, because she moved to Arizona, right? So 7 years later, she goes, hey, I got to get back to Florida. So I needed to have some versatility in my lifestyle, and so this is what is provided for me. So lo and behold, Squeeze Mobi, we've done quite a bit of stuff, lots of product of the days, and we focused very heavily on mobile, and it's a great company. And one thing they really have prided themselves in is the quality of the imaging and all that, which is, hey, people buy with their eyes.
Absolutely.
So we like to produce some eye candy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You guys are going to see this, by the way. Stay tuned. You're going to see the life of Dumo. You're going to see how the eye candy looks like. So be very exciting about that. And Joe, you came from a very, very diversity kind of background, come from running your own real estate team, which is it's very tough, right? And also come from core backgrounds, all that great stuff. Then you come to the internet marketing. So you have I think, a very unique perspective. So for what would it be your advice to someone just starting out with internet marketing? Maybe think back to the days you're buying WSOs. Maybe they're trying to find their directions, okay? They're trying to find a way to go with internet marketing. How do I really make my first dollar with internet marketing? To know what you know today, what would it be your top 3 advice for these people who's watching this right now?
Let me think about that. I think one of the biggest things is that you would not want to give up too early. That happens to a lot of us. We get real close to that summit, and I've seen it happen. I mean, I've trained lots of salespeople over the years, and the fact of the matter is there's a lot of people that just plain give up too early. So just remember this, too, is that success is getting up one more time than you fall. I mean, I've had a lot of failures in my life. I mean, I've literally been on the streets. I've made 7 figures a couple of times, and I've been painting curbs on numbers painting numbers on curbs, just to pay for a pizza. Okay, so I get it. I mean, I'm just an average guy like anybody else. And what I learned is that as long as I just continue to keep stepping forward and never give up, that everything that I thought was going to be the worst, when you're in it, it's horrible. It's just the worst thing that can ever happen. And sometimes it seems insurmountable, and you just can't get out of it. But if you just keep stepping forward and you don't give up, then lo and behold, here comes this huge success that you never even expected. And the biggest thing is about fear. It's like a lot of times fear, everybody believes they get afraid. I can't do this. And then, of course, they're right if they tell themselves I can or I can't. They're right either way, right? But fear is false evidence appearing real. And a lot of times, I've been afraid of things, but, when you really stop and think about it, if you really understand that acronym, then there is really nothing to be afraid of. So it's about just continuing forward. And then, of course, laser focus. I mean, that's the biggest thing. I mean, when people try to do like 12 things at one time, you're going to be a jack of all trades, master of none. So anytime that I've ever really focused in on something, like I focused in, I wanted to, learn internet marketing. So, I mean, I bought loads of WSOs and stuff like that. But then, you can't be jumping around like a BB in a freight train, okay? I mean, you got to narrow down and focus. Well, what's working? Well, one of the things that's working right now, and just look around. I mean, how many people do you see that don't have a mobile phone? I mean, seriously.
I mean even third world country people has a mobile phone. Yeah.
Well, get this. I read this the other day. There's more mobile phones than accessible toilets. I mean, that's over 7 billion, phones. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like crazy,
Hmm.
So anyway, that's the biggie right there. You know, don't give up. Keep plugging away and focus on whatever niche that you want to go after. Focus if you're going to do offline. See, and the thing is, that's the beautiful thing about mobile is it ties in with not only offline but online, because there's a lot of upsells that can happen with people when you open that door. It's going to close a lot more sales. So when you open the door with mobile, which, hey, listen, there isn't a lot of business owners that really understand it.
Hmm.
They just don't, and so they have websites that don't even work on mobile, and they don't know it. And so this really is a perfect opportunity for people to get in where they couldn't otherwise.
Okay. All right. So, kind of retouch on this topic. So, how all the things you could be doing with the internet marketing? First of all, why did you focus on offline? And inside the offline niche, why did you focus on mobile? And in other words, why mobile? Why people are not into the mobile niche? Need to pay attention. Need to get into the mobile market as well.
Well, the biggest reason is because of the magnitude of mobile. I mean, back in 2010, when mobile was just beginning to ramp up, I mean, a lot of people said, "Hey, this was going to be a pretty big wave." Well, it turns out it's more of a tsunami, and and we were a little slow. I mean, Squeeze Mobi themselves, they didn't in 2012 they launched their first product, mobile business in a box, and it took off like crazy. It sold like hotcakes. And this is the biggest reason that people and Squeeze Mobi and myself, got into mobile is because of the simple fact that it's just such a growing trend and it's just opportunity. I mean, you have to be somewhat of an opportunist where you look around and see, hey, what works, what doesn't, and on the internet, let's face reality, people aren't walking around with desktop computers. They're walking around with mobile phones.
Hmm.
Well, how do business owners connect with them? And this is what the products that we've been creating and really are focused on is the mobile, where we can connect with those people and give them the opportunity to create leads for their businesses. And that's where the money really comes in, especially when you're that consultant that's going there and saying, hey, look at what's going on. This is where you can have opportunity for yourself, because hey, you control the leads, you control the market.
Hmm. That's right. I don't think any business, like we talked a little bit before, is ever gonna reject leads. I mean, if you are the consultant giving them more leads, they're gonna be welcome you with open arms.
Yeah, call that a hunt. That's for sure.
Yeah. So talk about what is the biggest problem with just a typical squeeze or a typical size that people have today that is not really taking advantage of this mobile market.
Well, one of the big problems is that their sites don't work on mobile. Like if you do a search on Google, there's like a little search string that I maybe can show you a little later.
Mm-hmm.
But you type into Google and find out what sites have Flash
Hmm.
that are still, in this archaic mode of using that doesn't work on iPhones, for example.
Hmm.
Well, there's a perfect door opener for people where you can go there and say to the business owner, hey, do you realize that your site doesn't work on mobile phones where there's 80% maybe, and actually it's more like probably 90% of the people are at right now.
Hmm.
And so long story short, that opens that door and then you provide the solution, which is leads and an opportunity for people to really see. You go to a mobile site, you really can't see it. you know and even if they have a regular website, not a flash website, a lot of times it's not optimized for mobile. So
Hmm.
you have to scrunch it down with your little finger things and all that, and that's not going to work.
Yeah, you're gonna lose that huge traffic. You're gonna lose that huge opportunities you could be getting, right? And and
Oh
uh
yeah.
and the mobile friendly site actually help you ranking in the mobile search engine as well. Isn't that true?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can rank there, and then we've provided some product. Matter of fact, part of our product here is with video, and we have used the videos to actually rank on YouTube. I
Mm-hmm.
did one of the videos I did just recently ranked on number one on page one on Google and also on YouTube for just a simple car repair niche in Tampa, Florida.
And that's using the mobile friendly sites.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's using the video that goes into the mobile friendly sites. So they
Okay.
all kind of interrelate.
All right. So I have a huge audience all into video marketing, just like me. So can you talk, elaborating on that a little bit? How do you maybe embed a video into a mobile friendly site? How's that work?
Well, we created it's a solution for that. So, like, that we obviously have our front end product, and I don't know if you want to go through that now, but we have our front end product, and we have our OTO product, which is going to have some done for you videos, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, these videos are set up where they're 30, 35 seconds. I think the highest one maybe might be even 40 seconds, but they're real short because when you go to YouTube, the full viewing of a video is going to help you in your rankings.
Hmm.
Plus, we actually go through in part of the product some of the ways to get that rank. I mean, how you set it up directly on there, and so that is going to drive traffic, to your site, and also what we've provided in the mobiles is the tap to call. So
Mm.
it's really convenient, for people when they get there, when they get to that website where they in, and we're doing this in the emergency niches, right?
Hmm.
So this is going to be huge because everybody is all about that.
Okay. So talk about what is the emergency news for those who never heard that term before.
Well, okay, the reason I'm calling it as emergency is because we're focused on the niches where people generally will have emergencies. Like we have this, we focused on some of the top nine. Like for example, plumbing. Okay, your toilet's leaking, and you don't know what to do. You've got a broken pipe, or you've got
Okay.
a roof that's caving in. This kind of thing. Well, you need to call somebody straight away.
Hmm.
Well, who you pick up your phone, you got you do your little search, and there you go. You get your mobile site, it pops in there, and you got your tap to call. You click the button, it goes directly to the business owner and calls their 24-hour, and this is going to provide leads to them. And
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. All right. So I understand what it's called emergency needs now. So those are people are really urgently need some services, and so they're gonna definitely look at the number on the phone. Then they found that thing with the tap to call feature. They're gonna call your clients, and the clients will be very happy to hire you month to month to have that set up for them. So
oh
let's
yeah,
talk about speaking of making money here. That's what we all as marketers here for to kind of at the final
right.
day destinations we need to get some money. So my question to you, give us some insiders tips. How would one person grab your products and how would they actually make money with it? How do they pick what niche they're going after? How do they sell leads to the business owner? How do they maybe flip the site straight out to the owner? Can you talk in more detail about that? How do they can they be easily done, or is this something difficult to do?
Yeah. No, it's quite easy, really. I mean, it's just a question of doing it. I mean, that's the biggest thing. The hardest part is, picking up the phone or making the contact with the person that you're going to talk to, and that goes back to what I said earlier about that false evidence appearing real.
Mhm.
So, overcoming that fear to just do something is probably the biggest. The biggest obstacle is ourselves a lot of times. So,
Mhm.
the mechanics of actually making a sale is not that difficult,
Mhm.
as long as you make the contact, and then it becomes a numbers game. You contact enough people, well then it's no problem. Well, the first thing you need is you need to have a laser targeted audience. Well, so you like I said before, in the method which we're actually going to go over a little bit more extensively in our pre-launch webinar. So anybody on the call, if you want to hear really more about that, because I don't think we're going to have time to go into it deeply now, but make sure that you get on the on that webinar that's going to be tomorrow. I think it's 2 p.m. that we're going to start that up. But what we want to do is go out there and do some research. Find, for example, I mentioned about the flash sites. Find those business owners that have flash sites that don't work on mobile, um, and then case in point. We did a search for the DUI attorneys, and to give you an idea of like the money that's able to be made on that, if you do a little keyword planner search on this term, t- I just picked one in Tampa DUI attorney. Well, that search provided people are paying from about $65 to close to like 270 bucks per click. So it
Wow.
comes that's just per click. That's not providing a qualified person that's making a phone call to them. That's just a click.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, how much would a client mean to a DOI attorney, for example? I mean, is it 10,000? Is it 15,000? I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's pretty high. I know that.
Mm-hmm.
And So, this gives the opportunity to sell those leads. I mean, anywhere from, $75 on up. I mean, with a situation like that, hey, you might be able to get $500 for an attorney lead of that nature. It just all depends what the market is going to bear, really.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to make those calls with the people, or you can try email. There's some multiple different ways, and we go through that on how to contact and how to make that work. But it's not that hard. It's just a matter of finding those people that need that service. And in the niches that we provided, I mean, the pest control, roofing, plumbing, the DUI attorneys, and car repair, things like that. Those are real hot niches that people have emergencies in. So they're going to be looking for people, and then of course those business owners are going to want to get those leads, because generally speaking, people are going to pay a little bit more. I mean, like if you're locked out of your car, which is one of the niches,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to pay a premium to get that emergency service. I mean, it's happened to me. I mean, I've been locked out, and they don't like say, oh, well, don't worry about it. They say, hey, it's going to be like a couple $100 or something. Well, what's that lead going to cost? What's that lead worth? So it's just a matter of getting those people and connecting. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes. And so, what is the how do you know which niche to go after? How do you pick that so that you can make the most of money for the leads? And another thing to look at this, and it's really easy, just because you take your phone, right? You take the to go to the business on, like, let's say I'll go boxing, so I go to the boxing gym, say, just put up the website and tell them on the phone, say, did you know this is what your website look like on your
Oh,
phone?
yeah.
And then say, hey, what if I can, then you go to your Dumo site and say, this is what I can do for you.
Yeah.
This will be much easier to get people to call you. I mean, that's kind of no-brainer, right? I mean, you're already there. You are their customer already, so the owner kind of have to listen to you. I mean, that's just how easy you can get in. I mean, just one of the easiest to tip. And you're not there become a pushy salesman either. So I'm really here to help you. Here's a problem, and here's my solution.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. As a matter of fact, in one of the bonuses in one of the OTOs, we're actually going to have an XML file for a portfolio where people talking about showing him. That's the very, very thing you need to do, is you just show them, hey, here's what it looks like now, and here's what it can look like. And then and not only that, it helps them become a bit of an instant authority, because and when people see these, it's something that hey, it's an instant sale. And the fact of the matter is, here, look at it this way. Like if you on our front end product, which is going to be a dime sale, and it starts out like $7,
Mm-hmm.
you can go out there. There's a couple of sliders. You could literally give those away
Mm-hmm.
to the business owner, right? I mean, how many people really are going to say no to free? I mean, free's pretty easy.
Uh-huh.
But then you set that up where it's performance based, right? So you provide them the leads, you get out there, you start driving traffic, and the fact is we're going to share, and I can't really go through all of it now, it's a little bit hush-hush because it's proprietary, but what we are going to show you is the ability to use some of the existing traffic and then utilize Facebook to make this work for them and drive the traffic to create the leads that they're going to love you for.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really cool, way
Mm-hmm.
cool.
I think this is a really easy sell, because if you can see, they can see the problem right in front of them. They know how much leads they're losing. Go to
Yeah.
non mobile friendly sites. Say, did you know you're losing customers when people come actually visit? Did you know, like, over 0.5% of visitors are from mobile? You just gotta say that and show them, and this is what I can do for you. And you're gonna, you talking about the free offer and talking about performance based. I think it's pretty easy sell to me.
Oh yeah, well just look at it this way, like if you just do a search on DUI, like say Tampa DUI attorneys, I don't know, something like 1,500 searches, and 30-40% are people on mobile. Well, there's people they're not even contacting.
Mm-hmm,
I mean,
mm-hmm.
how many more sales could they make if they were able to capture those people? You follow?
Yeah. So it's kind of before and after. It's like a weight loss thing. Here's this is 30 days before and days later. You know, it's just,
Yeah, yeah,
wow.
exactly. I mean, do you want just part of the market, or do you want the whole, the whole thing?
Right, right, right. Especially the whole thing that they're missing, a growing, expanding market, and then people are going to
Oh
shift
yeah,
from the desktop model into the mobile model. So,
oh
so
yeah.
that's very important. So, as a very smart internet marketer, you really need to kind of predict the trend. And as I said over again, both video and mobile is going to be huge in the coming years. So. If you position yourself just right, especially just early stage, you're going to become the authority of your local place, or it doesn't really have to be your local space because of the power of the internet. It can really dominate the mobile market here. So,
Oh
do
yeah.
you have a couple minutes to maybe kind of give us a quick sneak preview of how this thing works?
Yeah, I can do that. Let me do a little screen share here, and I'll show you a couple of the sites here if you want to. Does that sound good?
Yeah, yeah,
All
sure.
right. Let me pull this up in the background here, and I'll pull up a few sites that we have here. Now, there's a couple of the different websites that we have. These are now I'm going to go through and show you the whole site, but the first couple of sliders, like right here, this would be your DOI attorney, and this is where the
I
tap to
have
call button goes.
Joe. I'm not seeing your screen.
You're not seeing it?
Mm-mm. I'm seeing
Oh,
it right now.
oh, okay. Sorry about that.
Sorry, I wanted you to keep
Uh,
going to see what I'm seeing.
yeah. No, that's good. That's good. No worries. Okay, start the screen share. I guess that would be the. I'm going on about it here, So here we go. Can you see it now?
Yes, I see three cell phone now. Yeah.
Okay, cool, cool. All right, so here's a few of the niches. All right, this is on the left here is the pet clinic, and then we have your DUI attorney, and then we have our car repair situation where here's the lady screaming. Now, this is, let me go back to, this is not the front here, but this is the front here on this one here. So I'm going to pause that just a second. Now, these are animated sliders. So these are going to constantly they'll slide right through. So like here's a guy that's just got arrested. Now what we made these to kind of play on the emotion of people. So it's going to get them to make that call, And so it would continue through here, and it slides through this animated slider, kind of gives them a call to action, tap the button below. Those are the ones that you're going to get in your front end offer. And now in the OTO, one, we're going to provide 9 done for you videos. This is an example here on the done for you video. That will go through, and I'm not going to play it right now, but it'll just go through. It's about a 30-second, kind of commercial that kind of takes people through and drives them to tap that button to call, which here again creates more leads. Now there's also a Google map that we've included, and on all these you've got your tap to call, and then there's going to be the space for your social media. Now we've included those extra there directly for you. So that's kind of how that works. Similar situation over here with the with the car repair. It's through, and it's got just different sliders directly there. Pretty cool animation as it goes through and loads up. And I just went a little too quick there, but it just loads up all of that. So you've got that directly there. So pretty cool stuff there. As you can see that how that kind of works there. And there's the full 9 niches on these that I was saying about, and those are the ones you asked before about which what to go for. Well, we pick these out. These are really strong niches that people have interest in. That there's a lot of emergencies that happen in these particular niches, and so it's something that I could say that would be some solid advice is to focus on these. Now you can focus on whatever niche you want. I mean, you don't have to do all 9. I mean, you can pick one, you can pick 2, whatever. But the bottom line is they're pretty easy to use, directly there.
Okay, so what happens when people tap to call us now? What happens? What's happening? Is they gonna call a calling centers and track the number of calls, and then call the business itself? What happens there?
Well, what's going to happen is that's going to call directly the number for the wherever you have it set up, like that'll call directly to maybe a tracking number. You know, there's a mobile pay-per-call situation. We're actually going to have Mark Helton on with one of the bonus training webinars that is going to be in the front end product, which is going to be way cool. And he's going to go through some of the training and all that, and you can connect this with a tracking product that would be able to track all of those and all the calls. This number here is able to be set up just to whatever number you want it to go, either a tracking number or directly to the business owner. So if you want to sell these just direct to the business owner and let them handle it and just maybe charge a little bit more up front, or if you want to set these up and then lease the sites to them, that's another way. Or another option is to set this up with a pay-per-call scenario where you can just charge them per call, you know, on 75 bucks on up, or 25, 50, whatever it is the market will bear. And so that's a pretty good way to go.
Okay. All right. So is there any way to capture their email addresses? Anything? Is this included, or this is just a mainly tap to call feature?
Well, on these, there's the one part that I didn't show you yet is on the tap to call. No, they're going to contact you directly on the phone. Okay. But further in here, and it looks like I'm kind of locking up here. Probably got a lot of stuff going on here at one time. So let me see if I can close this down a little bit. This is not. I'm getting a little feedback here on this. Yeah. Well. I kind of locked up here, so.
It's all right.
But there's five pages that, and I'm not able to pull this down right now.
Okay.
But there's About Us and there's a Contact Us page, so you can collect it, directly there,
okay.
and that would work. So there's About Us, and there's tips and services, and there's also a place in there where you can put the services, and they can actually click, and it ties in with PayPal directly as well. So people could even buy, like maybe you wanted to have a preliminary consultation fee or something like that, or maybe the locksmith wanted to put in his emergency service fee, and it would be directly in there in the full-blown site that's in the OTO1, which is available.
Cool.
So,
cool.
Yeah,
all right.
Pretty cool.
All right. So, the backbone of the system, is that like a WordPress site, or is it a standalone script, or how?
It's HTML, so they just need to just drop it into whatever domain that they want to.
Okay.
And it's pretty much one couple of clicks. And got full tutorials that show everybody how to do that, so it's way easy. Matter of fact, I mean, if I can do it, anybody can. Seriously.
All right, so can you please come back to the cam? Maybe that'll help with the audio a little bit.
Yeah, sure. Let me do that there. Does that work? Yeah, good.
I think the screen share is causing bandwidth issue. All right, so let's talk about the product right now. Let's talk about the name of the product, time to launch, and who's going to be really benefit for getting this.
Yeah, sure. And let me pull up here just so I don't miss anything. So the main offer, okay, it's going to have those mobile landing pages with the sliders directly. It's going to be a couple of sliders, and it's going to have their HTML5 animated sliders, and then of course we're going to have that one-time mobile pay-per-call training webinar. Pretty much, it's going to be what we call the mobile pay-per-call blueprint. So we're gonna go in. Mark Helton's going to come in and do a part of that training and talk about how to earn up to $75 on up, per lead. Also, we're going to include the mobile redirect script that's going to show be able to redirect that business owner's regular desktop site into mobile, which is way cool. There's going to be a quick start guide that we're going to include, so get everybody up and running really quick. And we're going to give everybody free access to the Squeeze Mobi Facebook Mastermind group, so everybody can kind of connect in there. If you got questions, this kind of thing, we're going to be all there, and some of the top people around will be in that group. So, and that's going to be on the 9 red hot niches we spoke of: plumbing, roofer, chiropractor, pest control, locksmiths, car auto repair, DUI attorneys, dentists, and pet clinic. I mean, you got a toothache, you sometimes need it fixed right away, right?
Mm-hmm. All right. So
And then in the OTO, yeah, go ahead.
what is the front? How much is the front end offer? Is it on Diamond Sale? How many days you gonna keep opening?
It's going to be for 4 days. We're going to open it tomorrow, and there's going to be some early bird access for you guys. So everybody that's on the call is going to be able to get in early. It's going to be a dime sale. Starts out $7. So it's just an amazing price. I have to say it's just really, really strong for the level of quality that you see. As you can see from what we showed you there, that's some pretty good quality. It looks good. I mean, would you consider that to be eye candy?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I do.
Uh-huh. I don't see many things. I mean, the other people's stuff I'm not gonna name, just static. Yours is actually moving around, which is very eye catching. So,
Yeah.
and another thing is for those my people like a lot early bird stuff. So, give us some instructions how to uh make sure to get the early bird prize or how to get on the early bird call to get that early bird prize.
Well, that's going to be for all the people that are going to be on the pre-launch webinar, which we're going to have. You'll probably have a link either posted directly or maybe you'll email it out. And
Mhm.
so when they get that, make sure that they sign up and they get on that call because we're going to drop the link early
Okay.
on that call for you guys, the people that are on that call. And I think most of your people are going to go there. So
Okay. So official launching time is 3 p.m. and your call's around 2 p.m. Right? Just
yeah,
want
that's right. Yeah, yeah.
Cool. All right, guys, if you're watching this, just kind of look out for my links. I will have them for you, and you do have to sign up, okay, to get this. I have no secret links for the early bird he has, so you got to get on his list to get that early bird prize. You heard him. So okay, cool. So what's happening with the OTO? What's in the OTO again? What's the price? Is it on Diamond Sale as well, and what's included in it?
Well, the OTO, which is something that I highly encourage you to get because it's going to really open the door for some serious upsells. The fact is, if you just sold one, you'd more than probably triple what you paid for it because it's going to start at only $67. And what you're going to get for that is 9 full-blown mobile websites. So the websites that we kind of showed you, and I'm sorry I wasn't able to pull down the menu to show you that, but it goes 5 pages deep and it's modifiable. And the thing about it is it's not just lorem ipsum stuff. We've actually put in some articles. We're even including a blog. There's a blog that's directly in there, so you guys can add to that. It's all modifiable. You can have different text if you want to change what we put in there, this kind of thing. But we've loaded it up with a couple of articles for you guys to kind of get you started. So you get the 9 full-blown mobile websites, which are a great, $997, on up upsell for the landing pages. And we're going to include the 9 video landing pages also in the done for you video with a placeholder that you can actually either pop in the 9 done for you videos that we're going to include in the one-time offer, or you can make your own video if you want to and plug it in directly there. Real easy stuff to do. In addition to that, we're going to have a video money machine strategy guide that we're going to include to kind of get you going a little bit on video and talk a little bit about ranking and stuff like that and go through some of the steps on what needs to be done to set up that customer's channel and go through all of that, which will be way cool for you guys. And that's on the OTO one. There's one more. Do you want me to discuss that?
And what was the price for OTO one?
Oh, it's just $67. Yeah, that's it. It's a dime sale, so you want to get in as soon as you can. But I mean, it's a great buy for all that product. And the fact of the matter is that it provides the opportunity for a really wonderful upsell. I mean, the fact like we spoke before, if you just if you gave away the mobile landing page, just the sliders, and then you upsold the videos and the video landing pages and all that, I mean, it would be a great way to go to get in the door, open the door, and upsell some of the full-blown websites as well, because that's what people are going to really want, ultimately.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about what is the next OTO, please.
Sure. The next OTO is we're going to go through quite a bit deeper. We're going to go through some what we call mafia offer closes. In other words, these are offers that you can't. We're going to give business owners offers that they can't refuse, right? And there's going to be 3 full days. Well, 3 days of training. We're not going to. It's not full days. They're going to be probably an hour, 2 hours. I mean, just however long long it goes on the training. And it's going to talk about mobile pay-per-call. We're also going to go into a Facebook method. It's kind of a top secret method that we've been using that helps get $25 to $75 a lead on up, and that's going to be revealed in day 2. And we're also going to show you about how to automate the process and really make it more of a well-oiled machine and all that, as well as what we're going to do is provide some bonus Facebook marketing package. So we're going to have like 54 total Facebook ads, newsfeed ads, right-hand side ads, and Retina Ready ads that you can use, and they're set up for split testing for some of the ads that you can run to drive traffic. Because we're going to talk about how to get 10-cent clicks, this kind of thing, some things like that to drive some traffic throughout this, as well as some other things that like I say is a little bit hush hush, but the other bonus that we're going to have in that is in this Facebook marketing package is going to be timeline covers, the matching tabs, and also the photo insets for all the 9 niches. So here again, another great upsell opportunity for all of those business owners to get into the, all the offline consultants to upsell the business owners who they've opened the door with the landing pages and these other items, because right behind that, everybody has Facebook, at least a lot of them. And if they don't, guess what? Build a fan page, and here you can do that very easily. And the other thing is we're going to provide a bonus number 3, which is going to be the what we call the Mafia Offer auto closing email script. It's a script that is pretty much will help auto close some of those business owners, and with that proverbial offer they can't refuse. So a pretty cool package. Now the package itself, we've made it pretty much a complete no-brainer because we're going to give you a $1 trial. So you just need to invest $1. There's a $97 rebill on that after 7 days. But if you go through the first call, and let's say that, hey, you don't want to hear about what's on call 2 and 3, that's okay. We understand. If you don't think it's a value, hey, we'll refund your entire investment. But it's just $1 to get started. So that'll be a really cool way to go. So.
So that's OTO. So that's OTO 2, right?
Yeah, that's OTO 2. Yeah, that's pretty big package for that kind of kind of training.
And is that all the OTO we have here?
Yeah, that's it. That's the whole package.
Okay, great.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Joe, for spending time with us. And I think I pretty much have all the questions I need to ask you here. But one last question is kind of a tough one, and that is, as people watching this interview, they know the importance of mobile now. I mean, they understand that mobile is keep expanding, if not getting bigger and bigger by the days, and they need to really see themselves as a mobile expert. And with your package, that's going to tremendously help them, especially with all that eye candy stuff you're creating here, and they know it's kind of really easy at this beginning phase. You probably don't have that much competition now there, especially with a product like this in hand. They want to get this, but you know how everybody has that negative voice or a small voice in the back of their head telling them not to get it for this or that reason. So my question to you, Joe, is what makes this product so unique they should absolutely grab in launching time?
Well, the biggest thing that's unique about this is that what we have done is something that no one else has done. Now, the emergency niches are very large. They've been around. A lot of people have hit somewhat hard, but they've not hit it from a mobile perspective, which is the trend. And so that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest unique, is where we have actually taken and coupled the emergency niches that we've talking about into mobile. And they also created, and I don't think too many people have been talking too much about mobile pay-per-call. So we've coupled not only the emergency niches, which are huge, into mobile, but also we're talking about showing you how to take those mobile phones, which are in the hands of everybody, to make $75 on up per lead. I mean, you just start adding that up. It doesn't take a lot of clients in order to really start making some serious money.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Makes it. Yeah.
Yes, yes. And talk about I think some of the people, especially when it comes to softwares, they're always kind of afraid of, kind of what we call quote unquote runaway vendors. Talk about what is your plan for the future for this supporting this software and perhaps even improve the software.
Well, the great part about this is that this is HTML based. So number one, it's not WordPress based. We don't have to worry so much about all the modifications and the upgrades and all that stuff that goes along with that. So, and we've been around since 2012. So we've got a good firm foundation. We intend to be here. We're looking to expand even further, and the bottom line is mobile is growing, so we intend to grow with it. So I think there's good confidence. And just so you know, I mean, this is a risk-free offer for everybody. So even if they purchase it, which and it doesn't work out, hey, we've got 100% guarantee, so there's absolutely no risk.
It's for how many days? Do you have
30 days? Yeah, it's 30 days. Yeah, full 30 days.
Okay. All right, cool. All right.
So, yeah, it gives everybody an opportunity to try it out, and go and see. Now, I'm not going to say try, okay, because I got this saying about try. It says try is a non-committal word that justifies mediocrity and failure. So, hey, listen, guys, don't try, do. Get out there and just do this. I mean, this will work for everybody that purchases it. This is if you just do it. If you just go out there and make the contact. What I have learned that all the WSOs I've ever purchased or a product I've ever purchased that's sitting on the hard drive, I haven't made a dime with. But the ones I put into action, well, guess what?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So let's kind of, and that's pretty much I need to ask you here today, Joe. Thank you so much for spending time with us talking about the mobile marketing, talking about how you really can go ahead and dominate the market, especially at this fairly beginning phase, and all that good stuff. So before we leave here today, do you have maybe one last word of wisdom you'd like to share with us?
Well, kind of caught me off guard. All right, here's one. How about I share my $100,000 closing question with you? This is worth the price of admission right here. All right. Now, this is we all have talked to multiple people. I'm sure the people on the call have tried to close sales before, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you ask that closing question, there's the person that is answering you generally gives you an answer. Well, maybe I got to think about it. I got to talk to my wife. There's always these reasons, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, see, now that first reason that everybody gives to you is not necessarily the real reason.
Mm-hmm.
So if you take that and you just walk away and say, okay, well, listen, I'll get back to you. Well, you're going to get back to them, and you have no clue what you're getting back to them to try, what objection you're trying to overcome, right? So the way to what you got to know is the way to uncover that hidden objection. And here it is. You might want to write this down.
Mm-hmm.
And here it is. It says it's like this, and I've used it, and it uncovers the hidden objections beautifully. Other than blank, is there any other reason that we couldn't go ahead and get you started right now?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the fill in the blank is, hey, other than having to think about it, other than having to talk to your wife, other than whatever, is there any other reason that we couldn't go ahead and get you started right now? Now, what happens is now they are going to do one of two things. A, they're going to validate that is the real reason, or B, they're going to say, no, well, actually, I felt your price was a little too high, or something like that. Now, guess what? We got something to talk about. And once they're done answering that question, what do you suppose we do next? Well, other than that, is there any other reason? I mean, and you get the point. Now what we've done is we've narrowed this down and we've uncovered that hidden objection, because if you can't uncover the hidden objection, then you're never going to make that sale. So that's the $100,000 question that honestly I've probably made millions of dollars by asking that to uncover the hidden objection, rather than just letting people go and giving up too early, which is what we talked about in the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Don't give up too early. Just remember, a no is that much closer to a yes.
Actually, a sale process starts with the first no.
You're right about that, yeah.
So you got looking forward to no as a salesperson. So,
yeah, that's right. So I hope everybody gets in on this, because it's a great product, and I think it's so unique in the sense that it's such quality, and it's got this animated slider stuff, and it's a great niche, and I'm very pumped up about it, and I hope your people on the call are too, because it's way cool. It'll help you make some money if you put it to use.
Okay, great. So for those who are staying with us, make sure you look out for my email tomorrow and get the awesome bonus from me as well. And make sure you get on the early bird if you're watching this tonight. And make sure you click the link and go ahead and sign up for the early bird because that's exactly how you can get that early bird price. And it's only like $7, so this freaking no-brainer. So go grab it and taking action and then sell this, okay? And see get some results for once and then make some. Maybe this is the first dollar you're ever gonna make, right? So anyway, thanks again, Joe, and thanks for all of you being watching this. And Joe, I think I'll be looking forward to talking to you very very soon and learn more from you as well.
Okay, hey, that's great. Thanks a lot. I appreciate you being on the call.
All right, cheers.
Cheers. A quick demo of one of the mobile landing pages. This is our DUI attorney landing page, and this is the beginning here where it says been arrested, and then down on the bottom here it has the tap to call button, as you can see here, and then it scrolls to the next page with the animated slider and has of course the tap to call button, and it continues onward. Now those are the two that you're going to get with the front end offer. Now here's the pull down with the 5 tabs. You're going to go to an about us page that's modifiable. You see John Doe, DUI attorney, the different Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus icons there that integrate, plus there's information here that opens up that is modifiable as well. And you can add another person, so like, if you've got another partner in the firm or something like that, they could add another person and also their social media contacts as well, and the information that is directly in there. So pretty cool stuff. Then of course we can go down here to the Contact Us page next. There's a Google map, a workable form down at the bottom that is available on the Contact Us page where you can type in your first name, your email, and the person who's going to be the prospect rather is going to type in their message, and you can put your address, that kind of thing, modifiable here again. Then what's really cool is we have a blog in here as well that you can continue to update. We're going to have 1 or 2 articles already in there, and a place there where it's kind of a call us now that will connect people directly to the client. Now these are on the full 9 mobile websites that are available in the OTO, and then here in the services area we've taken these and put different ones in there. These here again are customizable. You can put whatever you want to, and then when you click on those, that's going to actually open up into the PayPal area. I'm not going to show that now, but that's what it does, which is kind of cool. Now there's tips and this kind of thing that are also available here, so you can modify those directly, any type of tips that you want to add directly in there, and then you can of course just go right back to the home area, home page. And then there's another slider that's added into the OTO1, which is the done for you videos, which there's going to be 9 of those are going to pop up directly, and those work also on the 9 full-blown websites, as you can see. And then we're adding in a couple of surprise bonuses for you in the OTO1, which is going to be that Google map you just saw, as well as all the social media pages here that people can connect you with. Way cool stuff. So hope you enjoy it. Thanks for visiting.